Hi everyone, I am Nziki Mkiza and welcome to the A to Z of Social Entrepreneurship, our series where we are chatting through the alphabet on different things you should think about when you are starting your own social enterprise, or even if you're already running a social enterprise, a non-profit, a for-profit business, but you're interested in making social impact in that process. That's what the series is all about, so let's get into it. So for today's session, we are looking at the letter G. And for G, I thought we should talk about governance because governance is a very big part of running any business. And I think governance is also one of those things that a lot of people kind of leave till right at the end. So it's only when someone finally asks, so if you are applying for funding somewhere or support somewhere, and then all of a sudden to get through to the next process, somebody says to you, hey, do you have your whatever? And then all of a sudden you're like, shucks, we don't have our governance in place, and then you're running to get your governance together, So governance is those basic things that you need to have. Having your business registered, being registered with the revenue service, so here in South Africa, that would be SARS. Being registered with, the CIPC. If you are a public benefit organization, being registered with the Department of Social Development, and that gives your business PBO status, and that means you're able to issue a Section 18A certificate when people give you donations. That means that you issue the Section 18A and they're able to get tax rebates from that. So that's really all your governance stuff, making sure your bank stuff is compliant, making sure that all your filings are done. So for example, with the CIPC, where you registered your business, you need to make sure that you file every year. Even if you're not active in your business, you need to file the CIPC every year, and that lets them know that your business is still active. With SARS, even if you're underneath the tax threshold, file your stuff with SARS every year so that they know that you are being compliant. And obviously, if your business is above the tax threshold, make sure that you pay your taxes in a timely fashion. And even just for yourself as the personal owner or the person on the board for the business, it's important that you also keep your affairs in order, because if your business doesn't have a track record to speak of, then they look into the owners of the business and how you're well able to manage your finances and governance and things like that. So be mindful of those particular things and make sure you have those things in place, but also additional governance within your organization. So not just the external registration stuff, but be clear around hiring policies. Be clear around some of the basic processes around governance within your business. So who's on your board? Why are they on your board? Have you done a background check on all of those people? Are you clear about who those people are? Are you fine to have those people represent the business and so forth? If you are a business and maybe let's say there's just 3 of you guys, I think in any case, you do need to have 3 people to register a business with the CIPC. I think it's 2 or 4 to register with the Department of Social Development. So you need to have people on the board with you, but make sure that you know who those individuals are, and that you've done your background checks on those people and you're happy to have them represent you. And especially if you're going to find yourself in a situation where you give one person sign-in powers over your guys' bank account or any specific kind of documents, be clear around how that governance is set up. And then also have your finances in check, right? So when you're not transacting a lot, it might feel like it's not necessary for you to have your finances in check, but the moment or the day that you have an investor wanting to support or invest in your business, they're going to want to know what you've been doing. So using a free accounting tool online that just allows you to track your finances, and even if you're just using a spreadsheet, depending on how much time you have, you can just have an Excel spreadsheet and you can clock in there all your expenditure and all the money coming in. And if it's just expenses, that's fine. Track all your expenses, right? And keep your receipts. And very importantly, just from the beginning, separate your personal bank account from the business bank account, so that from day one you can track what the business is doing and how the business is doing, and be clear on the governance for that. And another thing around governance, I find that when you have your governance in place from the beginning, it's a whole lot easier as your organization grows. Because the difficulty with growth is it's challenging to get to a place where once the business has grown to finally sit down and decide to put all your governance in place, especially if the people who are there where you're growing, or the people responsible for putting your governance together, they might not know what happened previously, and they might not be able to do that properly. Just so if you get it done once and you just stay on top of it, that's great. And then finally, I think it's really helpful for doing your due diligence. So whether it's due diligence for the people sitting on your board, due diligence for people working in your business, or your due diligence for potential suppliers, investors, partners, whatever it is, it's good to have your governance in place. And then also when you are in a position where an angel investor, impact investor, whoever it is, wants to fund your business, wants to invest in your business, whether it is a loan, whether it's equity finance, doesn't matter what it is, they will also want to do their due diligence on you and your business. So if you have your governance in place, then you know that all your documents are ready for when that happens. So get that done. I know this is like one of those things where you'll kind of think to yourself, okay, I'll do it. No, set up a day, like admin day on Monday, admin day this Friday, whenever it is, and get your due diligence done. Call SARS, contact the CIPC, call the DSD, get your tax clearance certificate, get your BBBE certificate, get your whatever compliance you need, get that stuff together. And also if you don't know what else you need, so there might be other governance things that you need to have depending on the industry that you're operating in. So for example, if you are in the health industry, you're going to need certain health and safety certificates for your food. If you're in mining, you're going to need whatever. If you're in construction, you're going to need whatever. If you're in an industry that requires you to reflect your CPD points or whatever points are required, or whatever certification is required in your industry, go do research and find out what compliance documents you need to have so that your governance is in place, so that when opportunities arise, you're not scrambling around looking for stuff, but your admin is in place and you are good to go. Okay? And also, I don't just advocate for this because it's like important and should be done, but I really find that like when you're feeling like, oh, I'm not really making progress, just taking a good day to get your governance stuff together does make you feel like you're making progress. It's like, whew, one big thing ticked off your list and you can move on. And another tip that I'd share with you is, to Google a bunch of, potential financing organizations and kind of have a look through their list of what they look for governance. You can even Google a governance checklist and find out what different organizations look for, whether you're looking for donor funding grants, or whether you're looking for equity investment, or whether you're looking for bank finance. Go explore all of those options and find out what they look for from a governance perspective when investing in organizations, and make sure that you dot all your I's and cross all your T's. All the best with all of that. Get it done. Do not procrastinate, and we'll see you in the next A to Z of social entrepreneurship. Cheers. Hi there, if you want to join our Social Impact Founders membership community here at MentHer, which is a global mentorship network supporting female social entrepreneurs, head over to our website, www.menther.co.za. You can also send us an email at info.co.za, and you will receive your free copy of a social impact guide on how to start a business and life of purpose and impact. See you online.